Hello YouTube, this is my next project, a real crescent wrench. We're going to soak this in vinegar, so we don't know how many days, but when we're ready to pull it out, the video will resume. We'll have some before pictures and of course after pictures. Stay tuned. There, focus. Hello YouTube. We've been soaking this overnight, so it hasn't been 24 hours, but in just distilled white vinegar. And what we're going to do, we'll show you. We got some water. Do this at your own risk. I got some water boiling in a, well, I'll show you what it is. It's a popcorn tin bucket thing, and it seems to hold water. Remember, old tin cans and stuff had lead in the seams. Once you melt that out, it's not going to hold water on the stove. It's crimped over. We want you to see what it looks like right now. Then we're going to put it back in the vinegar and get it hot by boiling the water around it. We don't want to boil vinegar on the stove. I don't think there's a danger, but I just don't really want to smell boiling vinegar. So stay tuned. Okay, this hot. This took forever to get an inch of water to boil, and you wouldn't think it would as hot as I can get my stove. Of course, it's not boiling now, but that's vinegar. That's the only container I had. That's the most important part of the wrench. We want to clean this as much as we can. We do not want to put little scratches in this wrench cleaning it. We're going to let it cook like this all day. We'll be able to hear it. We're going to keep water in there so it keeps the vinegar hot. We're going to try hot vinegar. White distilled vinegar. So we'll be back. Now we're off to do a video about using degreaser on a plastic screwdriver handle. So it's experiment day in the shop on a Sunday. It's been about a half hour. We're getting better bubbles. I think the hotter the vinegar gets, the better it'll work. See how I got that lean against the stovepipe so it helps keep it warm? Yeah, that's really not going to boil down there. You might be able to see a few bubbles in the water. Oh, see it? Okay, we're not keeping track of time. It's been probably a few hours. Update on the wrench. We just got through wire brushing it, putting it back in. Converting it to black. And I noticed something. It doesn't look like it's boiling too much, but when you put the wrench down in here, it almost starts the boiling action again. And this water is not boiling hot. You seen it wasn't boiling until I put the wrench back in. I think it has a better chemical reaction when the vinegar is hot. When we're done, we'll be turning the handle around. So we're going to let it cook all day. We do have water down in there, in this outside one, but like I always say, do this at your own risk. Yeah, watch. You can almost see it. Hold on. We get the leather glove pot holder. Till the water almost stops when you put it back in. We opened the wrench up all the way. It did work. See that? Live on film. I don't know if there's any other videos people doing this. All I know is my little brother did on a really crusty Tecumseh carburetor when he was little. He took one of them big Presto French fryer things. You know, a French fryer, the big one back made in the 70s. And he boiled out a crusty old Tecumseh carburetor that was all powdered and corroded using vinegar and water. That's how I remember doing it. I laughed at the time, but now it's working for me. Look at that. They're big bubbles. Okay, break time. Okay, this has been about an 8-hour day doing this. It's only been about 3 hours on the handle because I had to turn it around. You know, of course you've seen it in the can. This thing has red, green, and black paint on it. It's like deja vu. Have I seen this wrench somewhere in my life? See the green paint in there if you can see it. And then up here. Then look over here, there's red. To the left of the big C. See that? I may be wrong about the black paint. Excuse me. It could be just really a lot of tarnish up in this area. Well, I'm pleased. I'm even getting a screw to come out. I just have to wiggle it. I ain't have to do nothing with the crimp. Get it to start coming out. So, very happy. This is the worst part on the jaws. Now we could hammer that down. I don't know if I've seen Scout Crafter do that. We could hammer this metal kind of back in place a little bit, just like this one, before we file it. Heat it up, so we're not removing too much metal to straighten it. So, there you go. I gotta put my disclaimer, do this at your own risk. I mean, I'm pretty careful out on the wood stove. You see I had the can down in another big can with water. I didn't think it'd boil, which it never really boiled. Scientifically, the boiling was when you put the wrench in it, which is really weird. I showed that on film. If you go back and look at it, I'm sure you've seen that part of the video. It never really boiled till the wrench was down in it. Really odd, huh? We're leaving it just like this till we come to, you'll see the video of the Crescent Wrench Restore. So there you go. This is a pretty long video, but I'm sure it's entertaining. I've never seen it anywhere on YouTube. Now, I did mention a gunsmith boiled a gun barrel to get the rust off. He used pure water. He has like a big tank where he boils stuff. And he boiled an old gun barrel to get the rust off and left the bluing. So, I thought I'd clarify that. I went backwards reviewing my clips. He didn't use vinegar. He just used water. There you go. Like I said, minor damage. We'll take a real close-up picture of that so you can see it. So, thanks for watching.